Hey everyone, Dova Bear here. Today I thought I'd give you my first impressions of a new dungeon, Sir Vodrick's Castle. This dungeon doesn't appear quite ready for prime time, but it looks promising. Currently, it's a fairly short dungeon at only 3 levels. Those levels are each a good size, but overall dungeon runtime is pretty short. Difficulty currently caps out at hard, but the map for the dungeon is of blue grade, so whether it ultimately ends up as a tier 1 or tier 2 dungeon, I don't know. I was really pleased to see a lot of detail in the environment of this dungeon. There's lots of aristocratic opulence visible, and in my opinion it creates a really nice atmosphere, good feel for a vampire's castle. There's long-running dining tables, tapestries, paintings, statues, just various other finery. So I thought they did a really good job in creating the right atmosphere for a vampire castle. And overall, I think that really makes it one of the cooler dungeons I've seen them come up with yet. Oh, and treasure piles. Lots of treasure piles, just outright big mounds of gold and jewels just lying around. Now, I think that's great for the atmosphere, but I couldn't help but find it amusing, because currently, one of the things that seems unfinished with the dungeon is chests don't have any loot in them. Treasure chests all over the place, nothing inside. 6 feet away, there's piles of treasure. So until that gets fixed, I'm just going to run with the idea that this immortal vampire hoarder is too lazy or arrogant to put his treasure away in an orderly fashion. Having run through the dungeon several times, I found that there is some small variance in the enemies you'll face. Most notably, I sometimes encountered shades, which I thought were kind of a neat enemy. I found them to be particularly tough compared to the regular humanoid enemies, but that might be due to them being ghosts and me doing physical damage. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they are much more susceptible to magical damage. Sir Vodrick himself was a pretty straightforward fight. He's got a really big health pool, so he takes some time to burn down. And throughout the fight, he'll occasionally summon a group of zombies. Sometimes he'll throw out a stun. Mechanics-wise, I liked the fight. I thought it was interesting and fun. Overall, though, I think as he exists currently, he's a bit too easy. So I'm hoping they'll buff him a bit when they do their next pass-through on this dungeon. In regards to loot, I've got nothing cool to tell you about. But I suppose that's to be expected with the current state of the dungeon. After it gets some finishing touches and loot gets added in properly, I'm going to be really excited to come back here and see what we can pull out. And that's my little intro to Sir Vodrick's Castle. Kind of a cool place. There's nothing really compelling to go there for currently other than to see it, but it's something I'm really looking forward to getting finalized. I think it has the potential to be one of the coolest dungeons in the game, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing what they do with it. You see, this is the great thing. You got all this gold and all these treasures just lying around. He's got all these chests, and all the chests are empty. I don't know. Are we sure this vampire's competent to be fought? I mean, I feel like I need someone to help him just with basic living needs.
Man, what I look like? A charity case? I took it and threw it on the ground.